Okay, so I woke up this morning just because my husband has totally like joined me in this DIY venture. I woke up this morning and I didn't know where he was. And he had already took the shelves down for like accurate measurements for our DIY on the dime, and we are completely renovating our pantry. Low key, it did not look like this. Victoria normally is in charge of organizing the pantry, and she actually does a good job. It's just like everything from these get placed down, but we are planning on doing some transformations in this house. Okay, so it's going to be super cute. I'm super excited. My husband went and got this pretty wood. What is this called? Barnyard? What's it called?
Burn.
Barn. Excuse my nail.
Burn wood.
I've been working. Barn wood. That's really pretty. It's pretty. Um, and he's gonna put these together for me so I can get in and organize it. Super cute. So excited. This is really Taran's research idea that we are going to cut. I wanted to cover the wire racks because to me wire racks are not aesthetically pleasing. So he found this hack where we could just cut the little barnyard plywood that's already like looks like wood, barnyard paneling that's already just like the wire rack size that we have, and we don't have to stain it because it already looks like wood. It's just a cute little DIY. The trick is like once you place this over your wire flat shelf right here is just adding that extra piece at the bottom, which will kind of hide it a bit. Okay, so we got all of our wood from Home Depot. Those are 1x2s. They're relatively cheap. They're like between $2 to $3 per piece. They were nice enough to cut them at the hardware store. Some places will charge you for cuts. We do have a saw, so you can also make your own cuts if you have a saw and you just don't even want to be bothered with that. And then our barnyard paneling also came from Home Depot. So basically right here, we were just kind of holding it down together. It kind of is a two-person job. Just unless you have like those handles that kind of are on like a tool like table where you can kind of hold it down flat, but you just don't want your barnyard panel to move off of your 1x2. You just want it to be as flush as possible. We see that we ended up doing like 3, maybe like 4 nails. We put 4 nails going all the way down the board with a hammer, but it would have just been much easier just to use our nail gun. At first we thought it would just be too fragile because it felt like a little flimsy. We just didn't want to be too aggressive, but honestly the nail gun would have been just fine with a good finishing nail. Those are the finishing nails that we actually also purchased from Home Depot. But if you don't have a finishing gun, then go ahead and just use a hammer. It both works the same. And we were actually just really surprised how quick and easy it was. We took turns, so when his hand got tired, I was like, I'll go. Teamwork makes your dream work, baby. Okay, so we have our finishing nails in, and I noticed that it kind of helped when we pushed it like from the angle. Wait, lift this part back up. And when I brought my butt in front, it seems to help. Okay, so he's pushed now and back. Oh wait, that's not in yet. The wire racks fell. Okay, so once we get the wire racks back stable, like sliding them into their little holes, you know what I should probably do? Pull out the stuff out of the cabinet. My little helper, who was being a little too quiet, and I discovered she has some tattoo artist vibes. Julie, you don't write on yourself, okay? Okay. Let me see. Oh, so we decided to use just finishing nails because it was just easier at the time. We thought it would be easier, but it would have probably been much quicker and more efficient just to go ahead and use a nail gun if you have one and just get you a finishing nail and do a few nails here and there and be done. I don't really know why we went old school. But let's say you don't have a nail gun and nail guns are slightly intimidating you. Then hey, go ahead and pick up some finishing nails, and maybe about 3 to 4 nails per board is all you need. Either way it goes, it's a really, really easy project. Okay, so after we put the shelves together, we just wanted to test them out, make sure that everything fit flush and will cover the wire. Our pantry is a little bit more at an angle, so we noticed that it's easier for me to kind of come in with the left side butt in first and then push the other side back slowly to not damage anything. We had like those little dividers that hold the wires together in the back right hand corner. I did have to release those and then put them back in once we got like the wood flush on top of each counterpiece. Overall, I mean, it fit like a glove. Like his cuts were actually perfect. And I was happy with the coverage we had as far as covering the wire all the way around. It looked smooth. We decided that we would put a few extra shots with the nail gun to just make sure that everything was laid down smoothly, sand it down a bit, and then stain it until we found a color we liked. Since the shells were dark, I really wanted to actually go light with everything else. I didn't want to stain too dark, but we were happy with them so far. Okay, so this is how the shelves look, raw, like untreated, but just sitting flush. They look nice. We're happy about the wire not showing, and I think we're ready to like run a few nails through the top at this point, just with the nail gun to make sure that everything's sat flush and start our process, stage 2 of organizing all the food. So excited. So like all my containers came in mainly from Amazon, but I did find like a few larger containers from TJ Maxx. I like the fact that they have like a variety and also a really good price point as well. The Lazy Susans I also found on Amazon. Those are the ones from TJ Maxx, which give you a lot of storage for a really good price. So today is install for organization. Okay, so my cereal containers I started with first. I made sure to wipe everything down so it would be clean before I poured the cereal in. And the one box kind of gets it full enough, so I was happy with that. And now I'm just pulling out what I have to get an idea. Like to me, step 1 is figuring out what shelves work with what corner based on what size pantry you have. Once I had an idea where the clear containers would go, I need to focus on overstock. And to me, overstock really shouldn't be seen if it's not in an acrylic container. So a good option for me were wicker baskets and labeling them. I haven't put the tags on them just yet, but I am going to make tags for them. I like the flow of what I had going. It still wasn't the exact layout, but it takes time to figure out exactly how you want everything to be. So don't put too much pressure on yourself.
labels are being created now. I actually have my own label maker. I always have used the Silhouette machine. I love it. It's like an older model. I've had it for years, but it still works. I wanted my font to be like the Home Edits. So I found their font or a similar font to theirs on defont.com. They have great fonts if you just want like a certain style of writing. I made sure where I had white products, I used black so that they would still have great contrast. I was low on my transfer tape. If you're low on transfer tape, a trick you could do to put your label, your vinyl material off your sheet and onto your product is blue painter's tape. It doesn't rip anything. It's very gentle. You place it down on your words, apply your words to your box, rub with like a little squeegee and pull off, and you'll have absolutely no issues. So this is it. It's super organized. It's very functional. It's going to help my daughters learn to stay very organized and functional. And it was just really exciting to get to do something with my husband, who's now been a lot more into DIYs, and it just makes it more fun. And we saved some money. Overall, this project cost us about $80 to build, and clear containers were a little bit more pricey, but we're happy with it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.